Most people aren't even aware of the most important muscle in their core, because strength in this muscle has been related to increased core strength, decreased low back pain, increased function, and yes, even a smaller waistline. So if any of those are your goals, you are in the right place, because that's what we're talking about in this video. We're talking all about the transverse abdominis, or the deep core muscle. I'm going to tell you what that is, I'm going to show you how to activate it, and then I'm going to show you about 5 great exercises that you can do to increase strength in this area. There are 4 muscles that make up your core, and most of us are aware of about 3 of them. You've got your rectus abdominis right here in the front, that 6-pack muscle. You've got your external and internal obliques over here on the sides, and with most core activities, those are the 3 muscles that are primarily active. But your deep core, or your transverse abdominis, this one actually originates right here on your lower back, wraps around to the front, and connects right here in the front. When it is active, that is your suck it in muscle. That pulls your stomach in and keeps everything in nice and tight. Think of it like a corset or a weight belt. Now, if that weight belt is nice and loose, there's a lot of laxity, there's not much stability, and it doesn't provide much support. But if we tighten that weight belt up, you get increased stability, you get greater muscle activation, and yes, even a smaller waistline. So again, those are the exercises that I want to show to you today. I've got 5 exercises that are going to help you to strengthen that muscle, tighten it up, and they're coming at you right now. The first thing we need to do is work on activating this muscle and creating a good connection to it. The easiest way to do that is with an exercise called an abdominal brace. What I want you to do is lay down on your back with your knees bent. I always like to set my hips up in a neutral position with this. So as you lay down, you might have a space or a gap right here underneath your back. Your first step is to just kind of adjust your hips to minimize that gap or minimize that space. Now the next thing that I want you to do is we're going to work on the breathing with this, because I don't want you to simply suck in your lungs to suck in your stomach. That's not quite how it works. We want it to be an active contraction of your abs. And so what I want you to do is take a deep breath in and then breathe all the way out. And then as your air goes out, I want you to engage the muscles right here in your stomach to draw your belly button in. And so you should feel those muscles activate to pull your belly button up and in. It's kind of this squeezing and wrapping sensation as that muscle activates. We're going to hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. And so to do it again, take a deep breath in. Sometimes even we'll do belly breathing. So as you breathe in, make your belly come out really nice and big. So as you breathe in, your belly comes out, and then as you breathe out, your belly comes in. And again, you're using the muscles to pull your navel, to pull your belly button up and in toward your spine. Hold that for 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. That is, again, the abdominal brace. That's kind of the foundation of all of the other exercises that I'm going to show you in this video. Because from there, what we do is we just build on top of that. And so the next thing that we're going to try are some braces with some marches. So we're going to activate the hips while we keep the core nice and strong and stable. First steps are the same. Deep breath in, let the belly come out. So as I breathe in, belly comes out, and then as I breathe out, we're going to use that TA to pull the belly button up and in. Hold that nice, stable, sturdy position. Now what I'm going to do is march with my left foot, and then march with my right, and then march left, and march right. And you can repeat as many reps of this as you can, as long as you're holding this contraction. I don't care how many times you march. That's not the purpose of this exercise. The purpose is to keep that belly nice and tight, that TA nice and drawn in, the belly button nice and sucked in right there. And so once again, deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, the belly button comes in, hold and march. And typically what I recommend is about 20 marches, so about 10 on each leg, and then we're going to repeat that 3 times. The next exercise, we're going to take things one step further. So as I bring my knees up here towards me, that's a relatively easy contraction. The further I take them out this way, that gets harder to hold that brace or to hold that contraction. So this is an abdominal brace with a kick out. So the first 2 steps are exactly the same. Deep breath in, and then as the breath comes out, we're going to pull the belly button up and in. Hold that brace right there, so it should be this nice vacuum. Now what we're going to do is slowly extend one leg out, or one foot down towards the wall, and then the other foot down towards the wall, and then repeat that as many times as you can. But again, our goal, our emphasis is holding this nice core contraction right here. So don't lose this at the sake of kicking your feet down or kicking your feet down below you. Deep breath in, breath out. As you breathe out, the belly wraps in, and then we're going to hold that brace while we do these leg extensions or these kickouts. Numbers are the same on this one, about 20 repetitions, so about 10 on each leg, and then we're going to repeat that one 3 times. Our next exercise, so as you're laying on your back, you've got gravity helping you with this contraction. If we're going to make it harder, what we do is we progress into positions where gravity has more and more of an effect. And so what I want you to do now is roll over here onto your side. We're going to do some modified side planks, but the key is I want you to do it with that TA brace or with that transverse abdominis contraction. And so here's where I like to start. I'm on my left elbow, I'm on the outside of my left knee. I'm going to start with that TA contraction. So deep breath in, and then breath comes out. As breath goes out, then the belly comes in. So again, it's that belly button contraction. It's that deep core contraction that I'm after right here. As that comes in, we're going to squeeze and wrap and seal things up. And now I want you to lift your hip up off of the floor. So again, that TA contraction should be nice and tight, nice and braced as I pop up into this side plank position. 10 seconds or so is a good number to start with, and then come right back down, and then we can repeat that 3 times 10 seconds. But what I would encourage you to do is progress as you can. As you get stronger, hold that for longer and longer. Keep in mind, it's not just the plank position that I want, it's this actual contraction of your TA right down here. That's what we're after. And then of course, I want you to repeat that on both sides. Exercise number 5, the last exercise that I want to walk you through, we're going to put the TA in a gravity dependent position. And what we do is we come over into, well, we call it quadruped, down on all fours. Now, in this position, you've got the weight of your guts, of your intestines, kind of pulling your stomach down. So now as we activate that transverse abdominis, it has to contract against that resistance or against that weight to pull my belly button up and into my spine. And so from this position, what I want you to do is, again, breathe in, and as you breathe in, the stomach comes out. So in and the stomach comes out, and then as you breathe all of your air out, we're feeling that squeezing, wrapping sensation right down here in the abs. We're pulling the belly button right up and in towards the spine. Now, this is a great place to start if you want to even just hold this for about 5 seconds and then relax and then repeat that again. Absolutely, that's a great place to do it. But the progression that I like to see here is we actually get into what we call a bear hold position. And so we're going to contract that muscle the same way. Deep breath in, and then breathe out. As we breathe out, the stomach comes in. We hold that contraction, and now I'm just going to lift my knees up off of the table. And so I'm on my toes and I'm on my hands. I'm going to hold that for about 5 to 10 seconds and then come down and reset the system. And so breath goes out. As breath goes out, the stomach comes in. I'm going to lift up. You're going to hold that position for about 5 to 10 seconds and then come back down onto your knees and then repeat that 10 times. So on those bear holds, typically what I recommend is 5 to 10 second holds repeated 10 times, and you're going to do that for 3 sets. Now, if you're interested in more great core workouts from Tone and Tighten, click right here. If you want more great core strengthening exercises, I've got you covered right down here. Click the circle right here to subscribe to my channel. Hope this was helpful. Hope to see you back again soon right here on Tone and Tighten.